Before I get into this, let me have a disclaimer. This is not to poke fun or to criticize the devs. This was something I found on my own while exploring. But all this stuff is, I'm assuming, what's to come in the months ahead of the Monkey Island Tall Tales. But I just wanted to show it off for everyone to see. To get into it, as you saw, I used the Monkey Island checkpoint because you can also do this at the outpost, but might as well have a checkpoint, right? But you want to make your way into the Monkey Island Tall Tale and go through the Tunnel of the Damned. As well as another disclaimer, most of this is unedited to keep with the intricacy of the bug. It's really weird, and I don't know why it works, but it does.
All we have to do is set a course.
Once you get into the actual island, you are going to want to raise your sails and do a 180. This involves navigating the invisible walls when you're sailing on your boat. When looking over your left shoulder, you're generally going to want to see Monkey Island off to your left, like either being perpendicular or generally behind you to your left, because once you hit the invisible walls, you'll see it kind of points you southwest, and I'm assuming there's just a hole in the invisible walls. Like I said, it's strange, but it works. Once you hit the invisible wall, which I hit if you're looking at the island, the right side wall, you are going to want to continue going northwest to go along the wall. Once you hit that second invisible wall to the northwest, then you're going to want to try and continue your journey southwest while not ramming the wall again. You also want to be careful to not take damage, because if you take damage, you're probably going to need to repair your boat. But I was going slow enough, I'm assuming, so I just didn't take damage. Just be sure to check your boat for holes. Right here is where I hit the northwest side wall, and it points me way to the northeast and east. For this, you want to turn around and try and ride along the wall, but I kept struggling. But to keep the clip consistent and not confusing, I'm going to let the whole thing play out. This cut will seem weird, but for Xbox clips to work, you have to do them in 4-minute increments, which sucks, but that's all I got. Nothing changed in between those clips besides me going to my home and recording another clip. But when watching this back, I noticed that I keep trying to bounce on that northwest wall, but I think as soon as you hit the northwest wall, you're going to want to turn your boat west by southwest, and for some reason you just clip through that wall. Or, like I said earlier, it's a hole, but you just don't see it when sailing by. You want to make sure you keep checking over your left side, because when you see those rocks out to the left and you start to pass them, you know you've made it past the invisible wall that is blocking you from going southwest, and that's good because you'll be able to get closer to the island. But make sure you're not aiming towards those rocks, because the game will black screen you eventually. After sailing a bit, you can see those rocks are passing by, and I'm going to start getting closer to the island. Now, with that black screen, you don't have to worry. I think it's just a small barrier that black screens you, but because your boat is still sailing and not sinking, you can just die, as you'll see, and you just come back to your boat and everything is good.
But when I did get back to sleep, I had a very different dream. I was back where it all began, on my quest to become a legendary pirate. Back at the start of my very first adventure.
Now it's hard to see, but the last 2 frames of this clip you can actually see I black screen. But I did black screen, but I had to change recordings again. But interestingly enough, when you spawn here, because that's where the black screen spawns you, is here. When I was doing this, I found another bug, which was really strange, because I was going to die, or try to, but I didn't. My blunder bomb just didn't work, and I had unlimited fire bombs and blunder bombs. As you see, I get a little excited and just start absolutely spamming the living crap out of these. But I've never seen a bug like this where they don't do damage and you have unlimited of them. Besides the super rare bug where when you load into a server, you can hold all the supplies, but even then, that's still limited. Though, I do not know how to recreate this, so if there are any other bug hunters out there, please let me know down below how to recreate this. When I took a mermaid, this might happen to you when you first try and die, but it might bring you back to the black screen spot, because when you go back to your boat, it will black screen you. But don't fret, because all you have to do is die and you will respawn back on your boat. Honorable mention to bugs in this tall tale. I did not know this bug was a thing, but while chatting in the official SoT Discord, there's apparently a bug in the stairs where you can get soft lock. It's not necessarily a bug, but because you go into this fog where you cannot jump, when you fall into this hole, you just cannot jump. Now, I got out, but it's still like really hard to get out, and if rare, if you can make this easier or allow you to jump specifically here or something to make this better, That would be great. Now that all the bugs are explained, this will just be me exploring the island with no commentary. So enjoy the unreleased content of Melee Island. I know I said no commentary, but this is how it's supposed to look compared to what it is currently. This concludes the adventure of Mělée Island in its unreleased state, but don't take this too hard, Rare.